G'day and welcome back to RC Model Reviews. Bit of a grizzle today. Sorry, bit of a grizzle. Sometimes you just got a grizzle when you find stuff that isn't really that good. And I've got a guy that bought me in a mini quad, a whole lot of bits to build a mini quad. He wants to have a mini quad built. And he'd been shopping at HobbyKing, and oh man, HobbyKing's a brilliant place. I mean, let's face it, it's changed the face of the hobby. They've got so much good stuff at such really good prices. Suddenly the hobby's become accessible to everybody, and now we're able to fly high-tech products, and brilliant. I have to say, everybody has a grizzle now and then about HobbyKing, because sometimes in order to get stuffed up or something goes missing or something arrives broken, but hey, the amount of money we've all saved by buying from HobbyKing is astounding when you add it all up. And yeah, I've had a few dud lipos and the occasional dud whatever. I just write it off to experience, because when you compare it to the amount of money I've saved by all the good stuff that I've got, hey, the overall picture is that HobbyKing is a really good place to buy stuff. And I recommend them to everybody that asks me when they want to buy stuff that I think HobbyKing can sell them at a good price. But one area I think they've really missed the boat is mini quads. Yep. As I say, this guy came along, he's got a box full of stuff he bought from HobbyKing to set up a mini quad, and to be honest, well, I am totally underwhelmed. I wish he'd come to me first and said, which particular product should I buy? Because I would have said, don't buy those, because what did he buy? Well, he bought some of these for a start, the multi-star 10 amp ESC. Why? I mean, I've had these ones have got BL Heli. The ones that I got originally on this, do these have BL Heli? This was the $99 HobbyKing racing FPV quad apparently, but it was, can't even read without my glasses. It certainly didn't live up to its promise in terms of racing. Excuse me while I change to my granny glasses because I'm old. No, this one doesn't have BL Heli. But these ones, the original 10 amp multi-stars, were rubbish. Like motor sync issues, these little crap ass motors here with the shafts made of glass. On this, I never actually flew this one. I put this together, but it wouldn't fly because two of the motors wouldn't hold sync. As soon as you open the throttle, it would flip. Well, I tested it, but I never flew it to any direct degree. And it has a KK2 board, and it was just, what a waste of money. What a disappointment this was. It's too small to put anything on. There's nowhere to put anything. It's this little X-frame. There's nowhere to put your FPV camera and your recording camera and all that sort of stuff. They gave you a tit-ass little twiddly, swiveling camera mount that would break the first time you sneezed on it. So he went and bought these. And why would you buy a 10 amp multi-star for a mini quad? A mini quad like, say, about your ZMR 250. I can't believe it. I don't have any mini quads sitting here. Why wouldn't you buy one of these? Well, because it's only 10 amps and it's only 2 to 3S. And if you've got a ZMR, it'll take a 6-inch prop, and if you want to throw 4 cells on, this will just smoke. It will blow apart. Now, they do have BL Heli in them now, which is a much better piece of software than the crap they had in them before, but nothing will overcome the law of physics. And if you put this on a mini quad with a 6-inch prop, you're really going to be pushing the limits, because as you saw in my prop tests, 6-inch props draw a lot of power out of your motors. And if you try and put 4 cells on it, then it'll just turn into a little Roman candle. So why waste your money on something when for a couple of bucks extra you can get something like the Afro or a whole raft of other ESCs, or even the very, very good RotorGeeks ESCs, which, although they're rated 12 amps, I've seen them working quite happily at 18 amps. And they've got thermal shutdown and all sorts of clever stuff which makes them pretty much bulletproof. And now you've got the KISS ESCs, which are, again, wonderful. I got the one-shot system, which I'll go into in a later video, but I mean, why would you waste your money on this? This is for toys. It's not for real mini quads. So this guy bought 4 of these. Shall I use them or shall I just replace them for him? I mean, even the Blue Series 12 amps, reflashing with BL Heli, they're brilliant. And the price differences, these are rubbish. Why didn't he say to me, what should I buy, instead of going just buying crap? Also, he's got a Turnigy 9X, and he bought this receiver. I mean, look at the size of the damn thing. It's way too big for a mini quad. It takes up a full 1/3 of the bottom frame. He should have actually gone out and bought one of the smaller ones. What have I got? Have I got one? I did have one laying around here before. I probably lost it now. The little 6-channel ones. At least they are a little bit smaller. Here we go, sitting right in front of me. One of these. Look at the difference in size. Look at the difference between those two. But he went and bought this from HobbyKing. So it's really going to be a job squeezing all this in. And then motors. God, don't get me started on motors. There are so many really good motors out there for mini quads now. You've got DYS, you've got EMS, you've got even the RC Timer motors, little 1806s. They seem to work really well. You've got Sunny Sky motors. You've got what else? HL motors. You've got Cobra motors. You've got Tiger motors. So many good motors. Why would you buy a piece of crap like this? Now, this, I know a lot of people are going to come say, oh, this is no good. These are great motors. This is the, what is it? I have a look on the side. Oh man, where's the glasses? I hate this getting old business. It really does annoy me sometimes. This is the Multi-Star 2206, and it's a 2150 kV. I don't know, so the writing's too small even for an old fella. Okay, now these are the Baby Beast, are they? I'm not sure, but you know, great. The guy bought 4 of these. I would not have told him to buy these. I would have said get something that's, you know, an 1806, nice 1806. Bought these with the Multi-Stars. Now, 2 of them are crap. 2 out of 4 are crap. That's the quality control. Listen to this. Okay, so to make the point, this is one of the good motors on an arm here, one of the good Multi-Star motors that came, one of the 2 that were good. I'm going to hook it up and we're going to listen to it, and it runs nice and smoothly, as you would expect one of these motors to do. I'm going to put my microphone down here on the bench so you can hear, hopefully you can hear the noise a bit better. Here we go. Yeah, that's quite smooth, just at low RPMs here, no problems. Gentle whine, okay. Now I'm going to, excuse the echoey thing, but I've got obviously my mic on the bench. Going to disconnect that one. I'm going to connect up the noisy one, which is here. Listen to the racket. Yes, absolutely rooted. And there's a lot of vibration with that too. It rattles. The bearings are so rooted out of the box that it's useless. Can't use that. Can't use that. And then there's another one here which doesn't rattle, but when you turn it, it almost locks up in one position. There's something in there. There's something actually stopping it from turning. 2 out of 4, useless. Excuse me, that's not good enough. I mean, God, you can buy a motor from RC Timer for $9 or $10, and I've never had a dud, and I've bought probably 20, 30 of those motors now for people and set up the mini quads. Never had a dud. 2 out of 4 Multi-Star, these things, useless. And of course you can go back to Hobby King and claim a warranty and things, but what a hassle. You want to fly on the weekend, you just got your motors, half of them are buggered. It's not good enough. And frames. Now, fortunately this guy bought himself a ZMR 250 frame, which is, they're not the best, but they are, for the value for money. But people are out there buying these other, a guy came and saw me from, where was it? Denmark. I think it was Denmark. And he had a little Hobby King frame, light as a feather, but oh man, if you sneezed on it, it would break into a million pieces. And I've yet to see a decent 250 size mini quad racing frame from Hobby King. They're all rubbish. They really are. Some of them have got clean and dirty sections. Why? Why? What is the point? What you want in a 250 size mini quad is something that's tough. You don't want little rubber cushions that are going to rip apart, or you want something, and you don't need that to get smooth video. Every mini quad I've got gives beautifully smooth video without the need for a clean and dirty section. Even on the MXP230, I just Velcro the camera, the Mobius, to the actual frame, no vibration isolation, and it's smooth as butter. Yet, Hobby King's got all this crap, and they're expensive too. I mean, you can pick up a ZMR 250 fiberglass frame for what, $18 US. So why would you pay, 5 times that, or 3 or 4 times that for a crappy Hobby King fiberglass frame? Or one of their other useless frames. I've yet to see a good frame out of Hobby King. Hobby King, just buy the ZMR, or just take a ZMR, make better arms for it. You'll have a winner, a real winner, but no, they seem to be stuck on, what is it, diatone or something? Oh, where does that come from? So, yeah, this guy, also he bought a Naze board, okay? Bought the Naze board, bought it with soldered in plugs, but he bought the vertical plugs, the vertical pins. Much better to have the right angle pins in one of these things because it keeps the profile low. You can have more stuff mounted above the receiver, above the flight controller. So, oh man, again, people, if you're going to buy stuff from Hobby King, just be very selective about what you buy, and be aware that, in my honest opinion, they're not the best source for multi-rotor parts. They're the best source for so much other stuff. But when it comes to mini quads, they're an also Rant. They're second tier. I mean, there's so many other places. You've got RC Timer, High Model, and then they've got the brand name suppliers, you know, the American ones like Get FPV and all the others. But even if you want to go budget, Hobby King doesn't have any good budget stuff. It's just crap, in my opinion. Perhaps they can prove me wrong. Perhaps there's something there that's really good and I've missed it. But so far, I haven't seen anything worth splashing out any money on. I mean, okay, KK boards, brilliant. Yes, get the KK boards, because from Hobby King, maximum value, really, really good. I buy them without the pins, so I can choose vertical or right angle, because most of the time right angle, but sometimes vertical is useful. But again, this receiver doesn't do CPPM, so you can have all these damn wires going between the two. You know, it's a real pain in the backside. I wish that FlySky would come out with some better receivers. There's only 2 receivers for this, the Turnigy 9X radios, 9XR radio, or 9X radio in its standard form. And that's this great big bulky 8-channel one and that little 6-channel one. What about something that'll do CPPM? You know, what about something small for mini quads? You're not going to get it from FlySky, I'm afraid. That's it. You know, you're just stuck with that. But I've had a Rant now. I feel so much better. It's actually really hot. It's hot, which makes me a bit frustrated anyway. I love the heat, but sometimes a little bit's too much. So what am I going to do for this poor guy? He's given me his box of bits which are really poorly chosen. If I put it together, he's going to fly this thing. He's going to put 6-inch props, because he bought props. He bought from Hobby King. He bought some Gem fan props. What did he buy? He bought 6x4.5 props. 10 amp speed control. It's going to last 5 seconds. Smoke's going to come out, which will... although I have a feeling that this motor that rattles will take out the speed controller pretty quickly anyway. So he's going to end up with a fiery mess. Why would I even bother to put together something that's going to produce a fiery mess? I'm going to have to put different speed controllers in. I'll have to look and see if I've got some better motors. I mean, those motors are probably really good if you get a good one, but 2 out of 4, 50% failure rate, that's crap. That's not good at all. No quality control there. So that's my bitch about Hobby King. Certainly use them for all your fixed wing stuff and all the other stuff that you see that's really good, but mini quads, avoid. Decent stock in. Get something. Come on, Hobby King, you can do better. You can get some Turnigy branded stuff. Even, as I said, even if you take this ZMR and you make it, put some decent arms on it, you'll have a winner. In the meantime, drop all the crap. It's useless. And now I await all the mountain of comments that will come in from viewers saying, I've got a Hobby King frame and it's wonderful, and I've got multi-star motors and they've never let me down, and I've never had a faulty product, and Hobby King came out and cleaned my windows and made coffee for me when something arrived late. You know, it's great. Yeah. Thank you. I've stirred the kettle here. So there you go. Love Hobby King, love their products, think they can do much better in the mini quad arena. Well, I better get back, find some spare parts for this guy, try and get him in the air. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Back to the bench.